Hello, Aries. Thank you for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the telema. I know I'm saying it wrong again. It's not thelma, it's telema, I believe, is how it's supposed to be said. There's the other side of the box. And there's Renata Lechner, that's her name, and that's how it's spelled, in case you want the deck. And for the supportive oracle cards, the magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Okay. I've already shuffled Aries. You got the Magician at the bottom here, I'm noticing. Which is usually a person in control about what's going to happen next, at the very least, in the current that it's going to occur in. So, in other words, if you're going to have a family outing, the Magician would be able to say where the family outing was going to be. So, like, if it's going to happen anyway, you still have some control. That's typically the Magician's feel for me. Like, there's a degree of control that you can enjoy. Now, alright, so I'm getting here, there's a lot of love on your side. A lot of love, I'm noticing. Spiritually, you have the King of Cups. What you're going through now is the Queen of Cups. I'm putting these down, but like, I know that you're going through something here, I get that. And you're trying to act like you're happier with something than you actually are. Because your challenge card is the Five of Pentacles, but with the glamour on top of it. Because I feel like people don't realize that you're not happy. And you're not really... Just kind of like the situation... It may seem good on the outside, but you're not. You're feeling a little empty about it. Something like, what is coming forward? Because it has a lot to do with your partner. There's a change on your partner's side. I'm getting like they're going through something. And, see, because I don't see this ending with you, but I do see like their life has changed. They've made some type of changes in their life that the current about them and the current that's going through your relationship. See, I'm getting they do things differently now. Due to something that's ended, they're doing things differently now. But it hasn't ended with you, and I'm getting that, like, the situation that you have a lot of love here going towards them. You're not really happy with what you're seeing, but it's one of those things where you feel that you can't really express that for whatever reason. And I'm getting like this change that they're going through. It's kind of, it's in its metamorphosis stage. Like they need to take flight and get going. I'm getting like they might have like a hard time accepting, because I'm feeling like that. All right, so I'm choking on my words. Does that mean, are we good? Are we going? All right. Or maybe it's trying to force it through and having a hard time moving forward, even though they're trying to force it to the next stage. There's definitely some like disruption and some difficulty there. And I'm getting like they're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't. Like if they're trying to move forward and it's like if they're trying to move forward, it's just like it's stumbling and it's having a hard time getting their bearings, but they're trying. But if they're not, like there's repercussions for not moving forward because they're feeling stuck in it and having a hard time moving on and moving forward. So there's definitely difficulties here with this Death card, but there's definitely a change there. And you're just trying to be supportive. You're not really liking the situation. You're feeling like there's lack here, but you're also kind of like, well, I can't really express that right now. Because I'm getting the challenge on your partner's side is the Queen of Wands to like emotionally jar themselves forward. They have to click into their own emotions to get themselves to really start moving forward. Until they do that, it's not going to be stable. They have to ignite their own feelings to to go forward. They can't go forward on somebody else's push. Like, it's almost like if you try to push a wagon forward, you could try to push them forward, but it would only go like 2 feet, and it just wouldn't have any propulsion to keep going. If they move it 2 feet on their own emotion, it'll keep going and keep rolling and gain momentum and other good stuff. So if you push, it's not going to go very far. If they push, they have the emotion behind it, it'll start going. Because I'm getting there's something they're having a hard time moving on from. Something has definitely changed there, though. And I'm getting that they're forcing themselves to move forward. They're trying to, and it's hard. I'm getting the Five of Wands. Like, it's a lot. It's very difficult. It's a lot of pain. It's very painful. I'm getting that they're forcing themselves to go forward, but they're resisting themselves at the same time. I'm getting in the spiritual sense the Chariot, where they're definitely pushing forward. They want to move forward. They want to move on from how this feels. But I do get that it's hard. It's very hard because where they're standing is the Ace of Pentacles. This is something that was very established to them. And I'm getting that this is very hard for them to move on from. There's just something from the past. There was a tie to this from the past. It's hard to break free from it. There's really no choice. They have to move on from it. They're forcing themselves to accept it. They're trying to. It's causing a lot of disruption for them. I feel like if the more they're on point with it emotionally, accepting it emotionally, the easier it'll go forward. It won't be completely easy either way, but it'll be less of a problem. Like, emotionally, they have to sort it out and come to peace with it, whatever it is they're going through. Because I'm getting you're very supportive. I'm getting a lot of support on your side, a lot of love. You're standing with the spot of the Empress, which is very much looking at how this is affecting your partner, looking at the situation and what can be done and what can't. I feel like you're very conscious. The word that wanted to come out was courageous, but I'm like, how are we hitting that in there? Because, like, you're really not pushing your own agenda here. And I'm getting it, like, in a relationship, sometimes you got to push your own agenda to get something. Sometimes you have to look out for your partner, blah, blah, blah. And this is one of those situations where I feel like you're being very selfless because of the situation, and you're really just trying to support your partner. You're seeing the whole picture. I'm getting you're even making this better for people that you might not like that much. Like, there's people connected here that you really don't care that much for, but they're connected with your partner or something, and it's going to affect your partner. So you're actually being very inclusive and very, like, I feel like that's where the courageous thing comes in, because I feel like you're being nice to people that you really don't care for, because you know how it's going to affect your partner. I don't feel like it would normally be that way, but it's due to the situation, and you're like, well, in this situation, it feels warranted. Is that right? Like, I feel like that's partially right. Some of you are trying to, and maybe some of you are just kind of like trying to step back. You're not calling people out, or you're not. You're making it easier. You're definitely making it easier on your partner. I'm getting there's people involved here that you do not care for, and they're getting like a free pass, or you're helping people out that you don't really like. Something along those lines. You're like really pulling it back. And there's situations here where normally you would step forward and be like, listen, that's ridiculous. But in this situation, because of how it's affecting your partner so heavily, you don't want that to be a situation. You're feeling like, you know what, it's really not worth it. Same old, whatever. And you're just letting it be. I don't feel like you like it, but you're letting it be. All right. Because I'm getting here with the Six of Cups. Like, you're kind of like looking at the whole situation again. And Six of Cups usually is like a memory card for me. That's what it usually feels like for me. Now, I'm getting you're looking at where the situation was, and you're comparing it to where it's going. And I feel like you're looking forward to that point where it's more comfortable in the future. Kind of like, I feel like you're coming to terms with it like it's not going to be what it was. It's probably going to be a bit stunted from what it used to be. but it still can come back to a place where it's more recognizable and more comfortable, and you're waiting for that to happen. And I feel like as you go forward in the future, you're realizing it's going to be a while before it's back to a normal feeling, but it'll get there. I feel like you've given this other person or people leeway, part of that glamour. You just don't want to pull your own emotions into this. You don't want to be a factor in the situation. You want to stay on the outside of it, and that's one of the reasons you're doing that. Because if you call somebody out on their attitude or whatever they're doing, you then get sucked into it and you're a piece of it. I feel like you're trying to be like more of on the outside, more of a like trying to help keep it together in person. But if they suck you in, that changes the dynamic. And if you call somebody out on something, that's literally sucking you into it. It's a challenge not to fall for that. All right, so we got your partners going into something, going through something. It's changing. They actively have to come to terms with it, and then it'll move forward. If they can't, nobody can push them. I don't feel like they can be pushed. That's just going to be more of a mess. It's going to make it worse. I feel like you're holding back. You got a lot of love towards your partner. You're looking at the whole situation. You're not feeling really connected to it. You're feeling like you're on the outside, but I'm getting like part of you you partly kind of like that because of like you're not in the dirt and grime of it, but you're also trying to like not. I don't feel like you like it to the point where this is great, but you like it in the sense of like you see like you're on the outside. There's a little bit of a buffer, but there's purpose to it. Because I'm getting like the challenge is to stay on the outside of it. I feel like that serves you better. Now, I'm getting your partner, once they come to terms with it, they rationalize it out or they sort it out in themselves. They start moving forward. I'm getting like the gears change quickly. I'm getting the Eight of Wands with the Eight of Pentacles. I'm noticing there's two eights here. So I'm getting it seems to kick in gear pretty quickly, but I'm also getting this moment of whatever they're deciding to do to change things. It doesn't take much because I feel like they're just putting on the finishing touches before they put this situation to bed, before they finish it off. And I'm getting it's all it takes here at this point to really finish it off is to organize where they stand and what needs to be done. And then it's just pretty much letting things take their course based on the plan. Is that true? All right. So it just seems like they snap into gear pretty quickly. It seems like they snap into gear pretty quickly and they just, everything already seems already mostly taken care of. They just got to, organize it and put it into terms that they're comfortable with and then just pretty much, let it loose. Because I'm seeing on your side, I see the King of Wands, not the King, the Knight of Wands, and the Health card here. This is what's making things better for you. Because I'm getting, they just got to put on the finishing touches. You seem to be helping making this situation go forward and move on. I feel like you're very active in that. I'm getting a very strong, active support energy here. I'm getting you're being very selfless again. You're just letting it be. I'm getting you're all about moving the situation forward, all about, wrapping it up, cleaning it up, doing the best you can and moving it forward. I'm getting a very strong love and support energy from you towards your partner on this. And it seems to be working. Because I'm getting this, that's how the situation moves forward. I'm getting the challenge is to stay on the outside, but I feel like most of you will stay on the outside. And you'll see it from the broader perspective. You're letting people do what they want to do. You're not calling people out because you're more about, I don't want to get sucked into it. I want to help move it forward. And it's just going to make it more of a mess and drone this on even longer. It's not getting to the goal we want. So you're holding back from that. You're giving your partner the time. I feel like some of you are probably trying to push your partner forward, but once you realize that's not really going to pay off the way you need it to, I'm getting you're kind of pulling back and waiting for it to be. You're not really liking it, but you're realizing it's just this is how it has to be right now. once they start moving forward, because to you I feel like it seems like it's quick and out of the blue, like they're just ready to move forward. You're like, all right, let's go. You grab the reins, there we go, and you're very supportive. And I'm getting that health card with you too. You're all about your partner and moving the situation forward. I feel like if there's anything you would normally say or you normally call people out on or normally make sure this or that, you're shelving that all to the side. It seems like your true focus here is just towards your partner and moving the situation forward, which is what they want, and that's where you're focusing everything. And it moves fairly easily. I'm getting you have a very strong supportive energy. I feel like I've said that like 5 times now, probably. Are we good? All right. So that's how that one ends. Let's go ahead and do Aries single. Let's see what we have with that. What do we have for Aries single? I'm getting that Magician too. It seemed like the whole point of that was you don't have to you don't have to help the situation if you don't want to. I'm getting most of you probably will anyway without any prodding, because you're realizing the benefit from that. But I'm getting that's the Magician saying you can just kind of write it all off. Just write it off and just ignore it if you really wanted to. I just don't feel like most of you would do that. I feel like most of you are like seeing the benefit of just being the support and holding back. Because I feel like it works out for you that way. It works out better for you. It works out easier. Alright, so what else do we got here? Aries single Aries. Messages for single Aries, empowering information that help them see the truth and move forward the way they want to. He has shown up a lot in this deck. I'm telling you. I don't know if I care for him. Well, I know I don't care for that card for the most part, but and it's the Devil card, I'll just be honest with you. He just seems like he shows up a lot. I want to say at the beginning of these, like all the water reads, it was the Lover's card that was here a lot. But for single Aries, I don't know if I've seen him yet in this segment. So maybe he was due. I don't know. But there's a good card next to him. Okay. Alright, so in the environment you got the Moon card. And I feel like that's why we're seeing the Devil card here. Coming into the world. I don't like the way that sounded. Is he starting to make a presence, or is he staying? You know what? I think other signs might have had him in the beginning, but how's it going to play out for you is a question. Because I'm feeling here, he's making his presence, like he's coming into the situation. He might be ushering in a new era for you. And I say he, but you know the Devil can be any gender. Doesn't matter. But I got right on top of this is the creativity card. Like I'm getting a very fun but self-centered energy. Somebody all about what they want and what they want to get. I'm getting like this energy is coming in and it's connecting with the world and creativity. I'm getting this is not good. It's a challenge, and the question is, are you going to start this cycle? Because the Moon card is with that Devil. Who you're seeing and who you're experiencing is not the true person. And I'm getting the Two of Cups is where you're standing. You're head over heels is what I'm getting. This person blows you over. Feels really good, it's really exciting, really engaging. Now, with this person comes a lot of burdens. This is one of your big red flags. Big red flags. You're going to notice that this person has a lot of challenges around them, and it seems like it's not their fault. Truth is, that's not the truth. Like, I think you're going to notice there's unrelated areas they have problems in. And I feel like they're playing it off like this is not their fault. This just kind of happens to them, like they have a dark cloud over them or whatever. I'm getting, though, that it is very much to their own making. I'm getting this person is snowing you over pretty good. And I'm getting, like, the way they're painting it, the way they're treating you, it feels like it's a good thing. If this is hitting, though, when this feels like a good thing, though, these red flags are hitting you, and you're rationalizing them away. You're saying things like, oh, I don't want to be overly judgmental, or, oh, that's their thing. Just because it's happening that way doesn't mean there's this or that or the other thing. I'm getting you're making excuses for this person right off the bat. This seems like a harsh way to start this reading. Now, I'm getting, there's the past here. And I'm getting one of the reasons this person is kind of making headway here is there's something here that you've been missing that you want. And I'm feeling like there's a passion. There's a bit of passion here or something about this person it's fulfilling a need that you've been lacking. Because I'm getting with this Nine of Swords, like usually that's about stress and blah, 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 blah. But I'm getting it's like you've been missing out on something or feeling like something has been lacking in your life. And this person seems to fill that void. And that seems to be a problem. Because the way they're filling it, I don't feel like is the best way. I'm getting they're snowing you over good. I hope that's not right. I hope this, not for nothing, right? It's a reading like this. I don't know exactly where we're going at the end. Hopefully this is going in a better direction because I got the World here again. I feel like he's coming into the world, though. I don't like that. I wanted this to go a different way. I was hoping it was the end of the Devil, but I'm feeling like he's coming into the situation. I feel like he's coming in. He's entering. I would like this to go a different way. I don't like the way it feels, but because I'm getting there's things here next to you. The Devil has already found value in you. Something about you he wants. In some category, maybe more than one. And I'm getting this Queen of Pentacles, like, I'm getting he's viewing you like the Queen of Pentacles. And again, I'm saying he, but it could be any gender. The Devil card is coming towards you, and it's like he wants what you have. He has his eye on what you have. He has his interests in what you have. There's a great interest there. Now, I'm getting your thoughts. You have the Four of Pentacles with Destiny here. I'm getting like you have something of value here that you know of. And I feel like you've been holding it to the side. But you're also feeling like maybe it's time to take some of that stuff you've been holding to the side and maybe it's about time to use it. Is that really how this is going? I was hoping these cards were going to go a different way, but the flavor of this reading, because I'm getting here with the Seven of Pentacles too, I'm getting there's something of you, I feel like you have value of something. There's some value, and this Devil card seems to be coming towards you, trying to get what you have of value. I'm getting he's kind of like scoping you out, and he wants something that you have. He wants it for himself, and he's trying to sweet talk you, and he's trying to get you to take it out and use it. And he's making you feel like you've been saving it all this time just to use it now. I just gotta go with it the way it is. Like, just keep going with it. Now, I'm hoping the end of this ends well, but let's find out in a second here. I've got the Emperor, who seems to be trumping the Six of Coins. Six of Pentacles. Pentacles, coins, same difference. I'm getting he's trumping this, and he seems like he's stopping you from doing something. Now this could be male, female, any gender. This could be any gender. I'm getting somebody is stepping in front of you and calling you out on what the hell is going on. And I'm getting like the authenticity card. Is it authenticity? Yes, it is. With some okay, and I'm getting like this person is stepping in your way and questioning what you're doing. They want to know why this, why that, and all this other stuff. And I feel like you're pushing it forward. Why you're doing what you're doing. And then I'm noticing this Nine of Pentacles here. I'm getting you're very comfortable, and I'm getting you are going through with this. But I'm getting the message of this reading, if this is hitting for you, you don't have to do this. I'm getting this can end where you keep all the values that you have. You can keep everything you have, because you'll notice this person on this card is by themselves. Don't rush into something. Be very careful. I'm getting that devil is very tricky and pulling you forward and trying to get you to do something, trying to get something of value. He, she, them, however that works, they're pulling forward, they're trying to get what you have of value. Somebody is getting in your way and calling you out on this. It's up to you to keep your valuables. Because I'm getting here, if you want to keep those valuables, you got to get rid of the devil. You got it, but that's also like saying, they're also saying, see, go through that authenticity. Like, fact check if you have to. Get to know people who know the devil. Get to know people who've been with the devil for a long time and been in the devil's life a long time. Find out the truth about how these problems happened and how it seems like they have all these problems and it's never their fault. Like, how is that possible? I'm getting that Emperor is pushing that forward too, trying to stop you from giving it away. And I feel like the Emperor is really pushing, like, see the truth in this person. Do your research. If it's really as good as you think it is, why would that be why would that be a problem if you just do your research? Why is that a bad thing? You haven't known this person very long. It's a rational thing to do, to check up. Get your facts. Because I get the Nine of Pentacles. If you want to keep what's yours, you got to get rid of that devil. Because he's not really interested in you. It just seems like it. He wants what you have. Are we good? Good. All right, I'm going to wrap that up there. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.